Fischl, Prinzessin der Verhurtelung, descend upon this land by the call of fate and... Oh, you are also a traveler from another world? Very well. I grant you permission to travel with me.
She means nice to meet you.
Dusk and dawn, but fleeting shadows are. Once more, the twists of fate have led you into my everlasting night.
Good morning. Mein Fräulein heard you'd be dropping by, so she's preparing breakfast.
Oz! To what do I owe the pleasure? Even one of royal blood finds oneself susceptible to drowsiness at this hour. The stars of firmament are naught but rifts, thrust open by Oz's beak into the boundless tapestry of darkness.
You do say the strangest things, Mein Fräulein.
Sweet shall be thy sleep, spared of the mares of the night, for no nightmares would dare draw near to those who are blessed by the Immernachash.
She means good night.
I hear the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble supplication. May the glory of the Prinzessin bring light to this world. I do worry about the well-being of my retinue during my impromptu absence.
I'm sure the good people of the Adventurers Guild are absolutely fine, Mein Fräulein.
Oh, the sun's out. Oh, this meteorological transformation is most splendid. Like a felicitous twist of fate in the face of certain doom. Hark! 'Tis thundering retribution, an omen of dark times ahead.
That, and Mein Fräulein's laundry is still on the line.
What? Seriously? A wonderful sight indeed. Why, it reminds me of my homeworld, where at the sight of the Prinzessin der Verurteilung, the very blood and tears of sinners turn to ice. Achoo! Achoo!
Not only their blood and tears, but also their saliva and mucus, Mein Fräulein.
Oz? Ozzy, my dear familiar.
Ozzy? What's gotten into you?
Her Majesty beseeches you to unfurl your blessed wings, and with them blot out the heavens, plunging the world into eternal night.
If you didn't bring your parasol with you, that's your own fault, Mein Fräulein.
Me? Remember thou this, that I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verurteilung, sovereign of the Immernachash, omniscient and imminent judge of all the world's iniquity.
She's an investigator for the Adventurers Guild.
That is but one of my many royal engagements. You and I are both travelers from another world. That our paths have crossed here is no accident, but the will of fate. Oh? You inquire about my Edelstein der Dunkelheit? It is a royal heirloom. A ceremonial ornament that displays the majesty of the Prinzessin der Verurteilung before the unworthy. Even here, in this fallen world, I have been reunited with my rightful inheritance as one of royal blood and noble spirit. For the majesty of a true princess shall draw her royal heirlooms unto her wherever so she may roam. If one must reckon time as this world does, I, Fischl, have already seen 3,000 winters. Not that the illusory passage of time has any bearing on one such as I, to whom the causality of 3,000 universes has been unveiled.
Be that as it may, Mein Fräulein, you are not yet considered to be of drinking age in this world, and no bartender can ever be convinced otherwise.
Oz's full name is Osvaldo von Hafnavines. Where I hail from, he holds dominion over star and sky across 3 universes, and the souls of the mighty, fallen in battle, rest in the shadow of his wings. One should add that the penalty for mispronouncing his name is to have one's tongue torn from one's mouth. However, as I am a princess and you are one who has my favor, we are at liberty to simply call him Oz. Oh, the ill-starred young man. My Og der Verurteilung has seen with unmistakable clarity how his heart ails at being forsaken by the world.
Someone needs to keep an eye on the unlucky fellow.
The Magus Custodian of Books, gatekeeper of universal knowledge. Win her trust, and one may yet gain access to a vast repository of wisdom.
She means, as long as you return your first few library books on time, you'll never have any trouble borrowing a book again.
His nature is obscure, his fate a mystery, and his speech a vexing tapestry woven of both fact and fiction. Perhaps he and I share the burden of mystical sight.
Or perhaps he's secretly an actual pirate.
Ah, yes, Mona, the mighty astrologer. Mona, who once had the vanity to probe the fate of the Prinzessin de Verurtelung herself. She wound up a trembling wreck, overborne and overmastered.
The poor lass was trying desperately not to laugh. It was no easy task.
One finds Sister Rosaria to be a most devout believer in the Animo Archon.
Devout believer, mein Fräulein?
Indeed. One night I heard her invoking the name of the Archon thus in another's presence. May you be struck down in the name of Lord Barnabas. One presumed that she was leading a prayer. To condemn the guilty, to sanctify the just, and to draw all castaway dreams into the embrace of the infinite Immernachtreich. This is the birthright of the Prinzessin de Verurtelung, and her burden. None may gainsay it. My left eye. It is the all-seeing Aug de Verurtelung, which reveals all that is true in the world. As to the question of why I conceal it, well, would you willingly bear the agony of piercing to the heart of all truths? Furthermore, the world would lose much of its appeal if wholly stripped of delusion and falsehood. Storm Terror? Why, one never would have thought that a being that one might have kept as her pet could, in this world, be capable of causing such calamity. Pitiable are the incompetents of this world.
That said, mein Fräulein, were you not beside yourself with worry for everyone's safety during said calamity?
That is because the Prinzessin de Verurtelung has the solemn duty to safeguard the souls of all, be they petty beings or not.
Some people address her by other names, but to me, the one who gave me life and bestowed my powers upon me is Fischl, and none other. All things considered, Fischl is the name that most aptly captures her identity. Seriously, don't call her anything else or...
Oh, how one's royal ears do burn. Pray tell, what is the matter which you discuss so furtively?
Midnight Phantasmagoria, mein Fräulein, and the majesty of the Verurtelung name.
I, Fischl, have roamed the galaxy and traversed countless worlds. I have learned the fate of 10,000 universes, and have had revealed unto me the destiny of every living soul.
Mein Fräulein reads a lot of novels. My name, Oz, is from one of her favorites.
What does it take to rile a princess? If you must know, it is those who cannot recognize my true identity. But it is no great loss, for solitude is the noble's lot, so long as I do not lose the nobility of my soul. What is food but the shackles of mortal flesh? But if the Prinzessin de Verurtelung should reckon any morsel worthy, then it must be the tears of sinners and the tongues of liars.
Has mein Fräulein lost her appetite for the Mitternachtsbrot des Sommernachtgartens?
That is merely to provide mine earthly vessel with such sustenance as it doth require to perform its royal duties.
I believe I know the answer to this one.
Indeed you do, Oz. That poor mortal coil, mutilated by bondage unnatural.
It will never again fly as I do.
Deprived of the humble coif with which it was born to gaze in awe at the majesty of its monarch. Surely it is a glimpse of my homeworld's hell in the flesh. The name of the dish escapes me.
Something, madame, isn't it?
My magic arrow cries out my holy name as it streaks through the night, praying that the violent lightning of retribution shall strike the enemies of fate down from the skies.
Quite awe-inspiring, mein Fräulein. Since it's nearly dinner time, perhaps you might shoot a pigeon down while you're at it.
With this, I may more fully manifest my majesty as Prinzessin der Verirrtelung and defeat that sworn enemy of fate named Reality.
It will also be of use in your work for the Adventurers Guild, main Fräulein.